We are here for Views on Sport under the lens, and today I am very happy to introduce my brother, True Guna, in the building, blessing me with an appearance, bro. So it's a favor. I'm grateful. First of all, how are you today, bro?
Views, big up yourself, man. Thank you very much for the invite. You know, I've been watching your channel for quite a bit now. You know, you're doing your thing. Make sure you guys subscribe to Views as well, man. He's closing into the 2K subscribers, always grinding. Says how it is as well. So yeah, really appreciate the invitation, man. But yeah, I'll send you backstage, man. I've been a bit under the weather recently. And to make things worse, this football club as well, mate. You know, it is moving like frogs in the window. You know, it is, man. Year in, year out. It's the same old Arsenal, it seems like. It seems to be going to be a long summer, man. But
it's going to be a long summer. We're obviously going to get into it. Let me just put my charger in. Hopefully that will make things a bit better as well. Big up the few people piling on in. Big up Godfrey, saying big up Josh. Big up Jordan Hyman in the building. Big up Views and Josh. Big yourself up, bro. Big up AJ Bayat. Bigging up the guys every time. Big yourself up. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Josh's link is in the chat. It is in the description. Make sure you guys are going over there and showing some love. Big up Plasma, saying big up, lads. Thank you, and welcome on in, everyone. Well, usually I like to start just obviously by asking you a few questions, and then obviously we'll get into kind of general talk and mix with the chat. My bro, I think I was watching one of your shows and you were saying that you were born in 07.
Yes.
So I mean, obviously that was after the final and stuff like that. How did you get into Arsenal, man? What's your kind of first exposure? You kind of, I don't know, did you find them on your own, or you know, what was your first exposure to the club?
Yeah, so obviously, as you rightly said, 07. So I've never seen Arsenal win a Premier League title. I've only seen us win a few FA Cups. Obviously, missed the final as well when we got to the Champions League final. But yeah, honestly, from my dad. My dad got me into football. My dad took me to my first ever Arsenal game. I remember it 2012 season. We played West Brom, 3-0 win. Funny enough, Mikel Arteta scored in the game. Van Persie, and I think it was Thomas Vermaelen, the Belgium guy that we had at centre back. So we beat them 3-0. That was my first real game in 2012. That's why I first really got started with my first season to Arsenal. Like one of my first shirts was that red kit with the flower on it. Obviously that was the season when Henry came back for that in the January period as well. We scored against Leeds. So yeah, that's really like my first ever memories of growing up, all from my dad. My dad was going in the Highbury days. Obviously, you know, Invincibles, the double season. So he saw it all, man. He saw it all, and you know, he really got me into Arsenal. So yeah, honestly, it was that game, and as years have gone on, the memories that I've had, I've only seen us win FA Cups, bro. But for me, FA Cup is one of the greatest trophies, you know, there is, in my opinion. It's got that history behind it. Yeah. You know, it's we've won it the most times out of any other English team. And I remember the whole City final, 2-0 down, you know, Cazorla getting the free, unbelievable magician, but getting us the goal back. That free kick was incredible. And then obviously Aaron Ramsey stepping up and winning us the game. So yeah, the whole City, Villa, the 5-0, and yeah, Chelsea, both the Chelsea. That's all I've only seen us win FA Cups. Because obviously we've gone years without winning the Premier League, ain't it, bro?
We have, and we'll get into that. We definitely will. Big up BX Gunner in the building. Big up Jake. Is that BWFC? Big yourself up. Big up everyone rolling through. Make sure you're smashing the like for me, guys. Big up Gun Down in the building. Big up Into the Box, broski. Make sure you're smashing a like for me, guys, and make sure you're subbing to the guest and show him some views on sport love. Just like me, my bro. I mean, ever since I look back on my baby photos, a lot older than yours. Let me just, you know what I mean? A lot older than yours. I was in Arsenal gear. You know what I'm saying? So it's my dad. He was, Highbury as well, season ticket holder. He's basically what got me into the club as well. But obviously, two majorly different time periods. I was born in '84. So obviously I was there for everything that kind of happened in the good times for Arsenal. Not every single thing, because you can't whitewash history, but you know what I'm trying to say. Where I'm trying to get to with this is I normally ask people good and bad memories, and most people say the Invincibles or they'll say the cup final, but you weren't even around for it. So I'm hoping that maybe your good and bad memories are going to be a little bit different, my bro.
Good and bad memories. Yeah, I definitely think there's been obviously good memories for me. It's got to be the trophies, man. It's got to be the trophy wins. You know, all the FA Cup games. I think that's the aim of Arsenal. You know, third biggest club in England. We have to win trophies. You know, we should be aiming to win every single year trophies. That's what teams in the past did. You know, and that history. Why are we the third biggest club in England? Because it's the final of history, the final of trophies. So that should be the standards going into every single season. People, is you've got to win. So those FA Cups were great memories, and I still, always go back to the games. I think one of my favorite FA Cup wins was probably, I have to go towards 2017 against Chelsea. Considering that season when they had Conte, obviously they won the league that season as well.
They did.
And I remember the game. I think we beat them 3-0 in the Premier League against Conte. And like Conte, he said, you know what, I'm changing the system around completely. And they went on to win the league that season. So there's a very, very good team. And obviously beating them 2-1, getting the early goal from Alexis. Like, bro, my favorite, the guy who got me, I know a lot of people say, oh, who got you in love of Arsenal? With people say Omri, yeah, Bergkamp, these players. But the guy who got me in love of Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez. Yeah. That guy. And it's such a shame how that how it ended like that, going to Man United. Yeah. Like, even he regretted it, bro. He regretted it on his first day. He came out and said, I think he even called his agent and said, I want to go back to Arsenal. They just laughed in his face saying, nah, bro, mate, are you mad? This is professional football, mate. You can't just go back. You signed a contract and everything. So, but Alexis was absolutely phenomenal, man. And he was a world class. And we've not had in this current team, we've not had a player like that in years, bro, since he left. X Factor player, that world-class player, week in, week out. He deserved more. And I know he went Man United and he should have really gone Man City. I think he went Man City, would have won Premier Leagues and gone on and to win stuff. But, he was the guy who got me in love of Arsenal, week in, week out. It was just Alexis, that type of player. So, yeah, that definitely the best memories were obviously the FA Cup wins, and definitely, in terms of players, Alexis was definitely the guy who got me in love of Arsenal. But bad memories, the one that springs to mind straight away was the Baku final against Chelsea. We got absolutely humiliated, and a number of reasons in that game. We had Emery as a manager, and I was confident with Emery. We know he's a mastermind in Europa League. I think, you know what, we can get this. And the way how he's playing, I think we beat Napoli, we beat Valencia in the semi-finals, we beat Rene, Bate, Borisov, and we had to come back in both those games. I think Aubameyang pulled out the Black Panther mask against Rene to obviously get us the comeback. So it's like belief that he's going to go all the way, especially with Emery as well, how good he is. Yeah. And I think they already got top 4 that season as well. So it's not even like, they was playing for much. I mean, I know it's European trophy, but I was so confident, and we got absolutely embarrassed, bro. Humiliated. Eden Hazard happened, and yeah, that's got to be probably one of the worst games I've ever watched. European final. I think that's my first ever European final as well. That Arsenal. Yeah, it is 2019, because we got 06, and I think we got to 2000 against Galatasaray, weren't it? In the Europa League final, or it wasn't called that then. But that's my first ever European final, and we got to them lot as well. To Chelsea, they got on dunk 4-1, bruv. Yeah, that was that was definitely one of the worst memories. Any other ones in there? I was young, a bit young, but the Birmingham City League Cup
Yeah,
final.
yeah, I was there at Wembley. Yeah,
He
yeah,
was there as well.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Fuming, bro. Absolutely
was
fuming, because I had stopped going to games for a while, because obviously come 2008 just couldn't really afford it and didn't really believe in what was going on, to be fair. You know, keep getting told that we're moving to compete and we're getting crippled by the stadium and all the other kind of stuff that they were trying to peddle out to us. So yeah, and then obviously a family friend said, yeah, I got some tickets, you know, I know you ain't been for a while. It's at Wembley. I was like, all right, cool, you know, and then and then we didn't win it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, oh man, the crash outs. There's been loads, you know, 8-2, you know, 4-1 back.
Oh yeah.
There's been loads, to be honest, as an Arsenal fan. But no, brilliant, mate. Obviously, like I said, most people kind of my age or a little bit younger have got the Invincibles and the 06 final. So it's always good to hear a little bit of a different good and bad memory. Brilliant. So here we are, man. 2025 June, 5th day of the bloody transfer window, my bro. In your eyes, where do you think our club is, bro? You know, where do you think our club is currently, and what would you say the goals are for Arsenal Football Club?
It ain't looking good currently. I'll tell you that. You know, how we're moving in this window straight away. 5 days in, I'm seeing, you know, United getting players in Cunha and Bumo, 2 players I would take on at Arsenal. I think majority of us would. You know, I heard about obviously Gyökeres today potentially going there. I'm seeing City sign Reiner's absolute baller from Milan. I'm seeing them sign Aït-Nouri. Yeah, I think they're looking at some more. Yeah, Turkey as well. Like, I'm seeing Liverpool get Wirtz. I'm seeing Liverpool get Kirkis. I'm seeing Liverpool get Frimpong, and we're just sitting there twiggling our funds. Oh, should we go for him? Oh, no. How about we go for him? Yeah. Like, still, and also like the whole Zubimendi saga as well is, I don't know. Like, I think it's a done deal. That's what everyone's saying. Here we go. But what he came out and said the other day about Alonso's my idol, and it just makes you wonder. I think he'll come, but it makes you wonder. Round come spin it. Alonso, his idol. Could he be tempted to go? Like, I hope not. But that deal's done in January, views, man.
Yeah,
and we're still 15.
Yeah,
15 not announced yet.
They announced it twice, bro. That it was done.
Yeah, they actually did. Yeah, and like he's still not even done his medical. We're not even seeing him with the Arsenal shirt. At the end of the day, I look at this window and we got all the hype, all the buzz coming into, you know, everyone's saying with the new director. And honestly, I'm confident with the new director. I've seen him a lot at Atletico. He's got a CV. He's been there for a decade. He's worked with one of the most egotistical managers in Simeone. He put a team with Simeone. I'm hoping he can come and do the same with Arteta. But, you know, it's kind of like 5 days in and we're moving. It's like we still got Edu. It's like we're still moving like same old Arsenal in the transfer window, year in, year out. You know, there's players, I feel like there's a lack of ambition at this football club, and it has been for many, many years in transfer windows, right? When there's players out there, we always try and shop at Poundland, yeah? You know, or we go for B-Tech options, you know what I mean? Like, we signed Danny Welbeck when we had the chance to sign Benzema. Yeah, we signed Giroud when we had the chance to sign, I think, Higuain, right? How many times we've been through this, yeah? Where there's a player out there.
Recently, yeah. Isak, we got Eddie Nketiah.
Facts. Sorry, bro. How many times have we been through this year in, year out, man? Absolute facts. Like, it's so frustrating as Arsenal fans because we've known what we needed now since 3 years. We've still not replaced Aubameyang yet. People can talk about Jesus. People can talk about Havertz. I don't see them as natural. You know, they're not on level of Aubameyang. We'll still miss a clinical goal scorer like we had with Aubameyang. We still have many gaps into this team, and I can't believe we're saying this after this manager has spent over £700 million. Yeah, and now we're looking to rebuild on top of another rebuild, basically, because that's what we need. There's still players that are going to be going, and there's still many gaps that, you know, we need to address and we need to fill. So I look at Arsenal in the recent years overall as a club, and I just think it is failure after failure after failure, you know, because as well as we've been, and I'll give credit to an extent with Arteta, where he's got us back up there to the competing stage, you know. I know before that we was in the absolute gutter. So he's had time, he's had money to address and get his own players in, and this is his squad chosen by design. But now we need to get over a line where we actually win something. We actually win trophies. We've gone 21 years out winning the Premier League. But people seem to be safe That's the whole narrative around it. Is like people are safe where we are at the moment. You know, they're scared of change, I think, and I think they're just safe to be second place every single, or just competing every single season. But we need to get over the line now, because we've gone 5 years up winning nothing, not even a single FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Yeah, that is unacceptable. When has the standards been like this at Arsenal Football Club? A lot of people, I think Wenger had to go. Personally, I think he took too much time, but a lot of people were saying Wenger, time to move on. I'll tell you something, Wenger, in his last 4 out of his in his last couple of seasons, he still nicked 3 FA Cups at Arsenal. 3 FA Cups and at his worst. 3 FA Cups, people. So we look at it now, we need to start delivering trophies. You need to get over the line. And, you know, I'm sure we could talk about Arteta later on, but I'm not convinced with the manager. I'm not convinced with the Cronkies. I'm not convinced. The only one that really gives me hope into the new window is our new director. But even he, it seems like, has he really come in and got that power? You know, why do you think Edu left, for example? You know, so I really hope Berta comes in and you know, does the business, but it's not looking good so far, man, to be honest.
It's not looking good, bro. Not looking good, bro. Let's get a little round of applause in for that. In the words of Castillo, it is not looking good, bro. I'll tell you that right now, because you know, I was calling him Montgomery Berta, Josh. You know what I'm saying? I was saying release the hounds. He's gonna release the hounds. He's gonna come in like and take Arteta for Smithers. But as we're seeing, it's almost like the other way around. So I'm just calling him Berta at the moment because I expected us to be first out the traps. Bang! Soon as like Liverpool were moving before the league even finished. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think we'd move that fast, but I thought we'd be first out the traps to see literally everyone. Man United doing business that we should be doing. Cunha, you know, Gyökeres is kind of friend zoning us, waiting for United to see if they're gonna call. As you said, City, Reinders, Cherky, 8 Nori. There's here we goes going on, and we're not involved. So when you suffer from the same, like when you suffer the same trauma each and every time, it's only natural for people, especially on my side of the defense, that's gonna get worried seeing this stuff. Do you get me? Like just totally worried. And yeah, man, it's not looking good, bruv. I'm gonna big up a couple people in the chat, and then we'll hit you with the next question. Big up Into the Box. He says I smashed up my TV with that game. I think he's talking about the Birmingham game. Arsenal are the apple of the football world, scared of windows. There you go. There you go. Big up Andrew Lane. Big yourself up, bro. Koscielny and Szczesny running into each other was brilliant. Yeah. My greatest day as a Birmingham. Fair play, man. Fair play, bro. Fair play. Big up E Ross, my Maybach music. I ain't Ross, man. Like BBK, but there you go, man. Big yourself up each and every time, bro. He said, look at Pedro Neto in the live. I think he said, mate, one time, didn't he? Yeah.
I get called Pedro Neto. Some guy came on chat, he called me Kai Havertz today as well, man. It's like,
Lord, I'd say more Pedro Neto than Kai.
More Pedro Neto, yeah, I see it.
Jesus. Big up Andrew Lane. To be fair, as soon as RVP went off injured, I knew we'd win. Yeah, there you go. BX Gunner in the building. We're moving slower than the special ed bus. We are, bro. We are. It's just molasses again, man. B Tech options. This man. Yep, it's facts. Big up Jordan's. Bigging up E Ross. See if there's anything else worth picking up for now. Aaron talks Arsenal in the building, my bro. Hope you're well today, my geezer. Good, man. Hope you are good, my bro. And he said, E Ross, you beautiful human. I don't know what's going on there, but big up everyone, man. Big up everyone. We got True Gooner in the building. Make sure you're hitting the link. His link is in the chat. His name is obviously in the description. Make sure you go and show him a little bit of love. So, I mean, that's where we are currently. What would you say is the goals then? Because we got promised, bro. Unprecedented summer, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? It don't look unprecedented to me. You know, it don't really look like they're pressured too much, my bro. You know, what would you say, you know, the goals for Arsenal, especially as a young supporter, you know, new generation, and I'm not obviously like, you know what I'm saying, I'm bigging you up, the new generation. What is the goals, bro, for Arsenal next season? Because I know what it is for me, but I want you to break it down, please.
It's got to win. You know, you got to win. And I'm talking Premier League now. I'm talking these major honours now. Which we got promised when we moved to smash down Highbury and moved to the Emirates. We're going to compete European elite. You know, we're going to go for major honours. We're going to win major honours. And at the end of the day, we've not done that. And that has got to be the standards. And you're right. A lot of people my age, this younger generation, that they ain't got the same standards. They're just happy, you know. I think the whole narrative is you know, competing top four. Yeah, or getting Champions League football every single season, and that's that's what I see ambition in Cronkies. That's what they care about is top four. Yeah, as long as his manager gets top four every single season, Champions League money comes in, yeah, acceptable. Yeah, there's no limit. There's no like proper standards where as a football club is. I still look back on it. It's 21 years without a Premier League title. For Arsenal Football Club, we're talking about, and half the fans have got a standard and a mentality of Tottenham, and even they flipping won something, you know, this season as well. You know, so we can't even mock them anymore because they won a European trophy at the end of the day. It's getting bad, bro. It's getting bad. And next season, this is why people can talk about, oh, why is everyone complaining about the window? Because number one, other teams are strengthening, and they're going to get better, which means if we don't do the business, we're going to fall down. Forget about title race, second again, LA. Forget about that. We can drop further down with other teams below us. So other teams could overtake us next season, right? And at the end of the day, we've been here year in, year out with not doing what's required, and that's cost us going into the new season. I'm not remember a season where we've actually sat there and said, oh, we're actually ready for this season. Yeah, because we're still sitting here, oh no, we're missing a striker. Oh no, we're missing a midfielder. Oh, we're missing that player. Yeah, we've never done that. We've never done what's required at the end of the day. So to win the Premier League next season, or to win at least a trophy next season, and that should have been like this. This should be the goals last season for that with a manager. Yeah, and if he didn't do that, which he didn't, you need to go.
Facts.
But obviously he's not going anywhere because the Cronkies lap it up. The Cronkies accept it, and unfortunately with it as well, the only way I see Arteta ever going is from the fan base, what we do with Wenger sort of thing. You know, where empty seats, for example, and we know the Cronkies don't like that with empty seats or boycotting. You know what happened with Wenger, and eventually Wenger had to leave or probably got sacked. But at the end of the day, like that should be the standards. You win now. You know, you've been here for so many years, or you get out. It's as simple as that, really. But unfortunately, views, bro, you and I both, and people in the chat know that half the fan base are just happy and just safe to be where we are right now. You know, and it's crazy. As soon as you say one bad thing about Arsenal, about Arteta, you get called negative, you get called toxic, you get called all these names. Half the fan base is Arteta FC. It's not Arsenal FC, Arteta FC. Yeah, he's one of the most overprotected managers in world football. At any other club, I tell you for a fact, with 5 years of no trophies, at these big clubs where we're meant to be competing with, by the way, he would not last. He wouldn't even last 2 seasons at half the clubs around the world right now. Yeah. So at the end of the day, he needs to deliver, and he's not delivered. And I think he's not the guy for Arsenal. But yeah, I mean, the standards going in, it's got to be win. You have to win. Simple as that.
Have to win. Give it up for that. We give it up for that. You know what I mean? I definitely agree with that. This is good to hear it. And I heard the same from Alfie as well the other day. The younger fans demanding more. Do you know what I mean? Demanding more, man. The amount of money we make, the amount of money we charge. Do you know what I mean? We demand more, people. That's all I would say. But big yourself up for that. Big up Carl Walsh, Gunner, man, absolute legend. Make sure you guys are subscribing to him as well. He will be having it under the lens shortly. Jordan's bigging up Carl. Big up Gavin L in the building as well. Big yourself up, mate. We got Josh's link in there. Make sure you guys are clicking it, showing him some love. You know what I mean? Definitely get a few more subs. Big up, it's me, Everest. Big up everyone. Big yourself up, bro. Into the box. Said it's like Great Patches O'Houlihan once said, seeing you Arsenal work is like watching a spastic fuck a doorknob. Oh my god, there you go, bruv. Well, this is a safe space, you know, political correctness, not really too much over here. We don't do racism, but we don't mind a little bit of political correctness. Follow Josh, people, absolutely. Big up the chat. Oi, Aaron Talks Arsenal, legend in the building, people. Most of you are already subscribed to him anyway, I know that already. Big up Godfrey. Arsenal transfer and the football match itself can send you to hospital, bro. I was crashing out this morning, bro. People are like, shit, like, what was the matter? I was upset, bro. I'm tired, man. This is gonna put me in an early grave. Eros, I think he's got Aaron Talks football. He's got his link in there. Make sure you guys are clicking that as well. Big up Eros doing the good work. Jordan's links in there as well. Jordan saying hi, Godfrey. Wahaha, hope you're doing well today. Big yourself up. Hey, yo, good day, people. Yeah, man, big yourself up, man. Aaron talks Arsenal, bigging up E. Ross, bigging up Views, and big up Joseph, man. Hope you're well today, my bro. Hope you're having a good day, man. Big yourself up, man. And there you have it. All of the links are in there, man. So yeah, obviously, you know, the objective is winning. So that obviously brings me to my next question. I mean, we pretty much answered it, but I do have to ask it. So then, is this the guy then to bring us to that promised land of winning? I mean, obviously, we all know the answer. Me this season, I mean, look, just to kind of caveat it a little bit, not to season that's just finished, but 23, 24, 22, 23, I was kind of like swaying, like, all right, maybe there's something there. Do you know what I mean? And then in typical Arsenal fashion, we dropped the ball again. You said the target is to win. Is Arteta the guy that can make us win, my bro?
It may sound harsh to a lot of people, but no, he ain't good enough for me. He's not the guy to take us over the line. I've seen enough now. We've been here for 5 years now. I'll be balanced with it. I'm willing to give credit where it's due, and as I said earlier, I think he's had time, he's had money, and he's got us out of the gutter, got us competing for league titles. But I tell you, when the pressure's really on, he can't deliver. He folds under pressure, man. We've seen it even in his first couple of seasons, right? Even trying to get top 4, for example, it started there for me. That Newcastle game, that Tottenham game when we got battered 3-0 and Newcastle beat us 2-0. That season when we we should have been getting that top 4, we bottled that, right? That's the first signs. Okay, then the next season we got into the title race, 8 points clear, man. 8 points clear. And once again, capitulate. And that capitulation was horrendous as well. Let's not get it twisted, right? The Southampton game was a big one for me. Bottom of the league. 3-1 down, yeah, and we draw them, yeah, and that was a big one for me there. And then the season after that, we was playing some really good football. In both the seasons, we playing some really good football. Don't get it twisted, right? But that ain't gonna that meant nothing in the end, did it? It didn't lead to anything. We didn't win ultimately. I've seen I know Arsenal teams in the past, like with George Graham, 1-0 to the Arsenal settings, but difference is people can criticize the football. He won. He won.
And I'll just caveat that the football weren't as bad as you think. If you go back and watch it, do you know what I mean? It really weren't. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro, definitely. But yeah, at the end of the day, like he's done that. I give him credit where credit's due in that sense. But it's a point of going into even the season where I thought we was do it. I thought we was going to do it, but then it came to, I think, was it Villa? Good evening, yeah, ex-manager. That 2-0 game. Stopped us winning the title there as well. And then we had obviously last season, which again we was thinking, right, now it's time to deliver. Everyone was saying the same thing. Now it's time to deliver, right? But that season was one of the worst I've seen in quite a while. Last season, man, 14 draws in the end last season? Yeah, and what I don't like about it, Views, yeah, they're sussing us how we play, and I look at the manager. I don't think he can't adapt for me. For me, I don't have no plan B. He has a plan A, yeah. If it works, it works. But I've seen so many teams now, they suss us out. I think one of the kryptonite for Arsenal and Arteta is when we play against the teams who play low block, these lower league teams. And I think the team who started this all off was Newcastle, the 0-0 game a few years ago, where they were physical with us. We couldn't break them down. And ever since then, especially last season, I look at Everton's, I look at, these West Ham when they beat us 1-0. These types of teams who you look on paper, you say, hold on a minute, mate, we're Arsenal Football Club, yeah? We have no problems with beating these teams at Emirates. We can't break them down. We can't adapt. And we've been sussed out. There's a formula to either draw with Arsenal or to either beat with Arsenal. And when it comes to the pressure moments with the manager, he's proved that he always collapses. When crunch time really happens, he can't handle it. Even in the Champions League, it's phenomenal. Don't get twisted, yeah. And you know me as like a younger fan, it's like beating Real Madrid 3-0 at the Emirates, beating them at the Bernabeu as well. That's brilliant. But when it really mattered in the semi-finals, it led to nothing, bro. PSG happened and we got dominated. Man. So this guy is not good enough. And I'll end on this as well. People talk about this is why I think half the people are scared of change, man. They're like, oh, if you sack Arteta, you're gonna go backwards. Oh, this, that, and the other, right? There's no one out there better than Super Duper Mick Arteta, right? It's just lies, man. It's just people just don't wanna, they don't like the truth, yeah. Managers out there, I'll get Conte would be my ideal choice, right? I've seen him at Napoli. His first season views at Napoli. He had McTominay, Billy Gilmore, Philip Billing, Lukaku up front. You look at a 32-year-old Politano on the win. They lost Kvaratskhelia, they lost Osimhen, and you telling me that you look into Napoli's team, any Arsenal fan would take any of their players? You wouldn't.
No.
But in his first season, he won them the Serie A, right? And you know, did absolute wonders with them. Conte's a serial winner, man. That's what we need next after Arteta, and we should have got it to when Emery got sacked. I think number one to hire Arteta was just why. Just wild, man, right? Yeah. And I heard as well Enrique was available in 2019, bro. We could have got Enrique. Let's say we got Arteta. But there's plenty of managers. I'll take Simeone. I'll take. You know, I would have. Inzaghi's at Saudi now, but I would have taken Inzaghi.
Is that confirmed? Yeah, is it that he's at Saudi?
Official, yeah. He's moved to Saudi now, bro.
Wow! I would have taken Ancelotti back then as well, but they were like, look what
Ancelotti,
look what he done at Everton, you know, just rubbish, man. But yeah, man, you were cooking there, bro. Hold on. Let's get another little round of applause in there.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. You get me each and every time, bro. And people need to hear this, bro, because 2025, like, you know, if we're not careful, then I think we could be in trouble. It's not even about winning. I feel like we've almost missed that a little bit, and we could be going just back. So it's how far back do we go? I don't know. Obviously, we finished second 3 times in a row. Whoop-de-doo. So we're in the Champions League, my bro. What's your realistic aims? I ask everyone this because look, if you look at the last 2 years, we've had quarters, we've had semis. So I don't think it's out of the question to ask for a final this year.
100%, bro. 100%. You know, Champions League, Salah should be going and win the competition for me. You know, and I know that's Arsenal in Europe have become a complete laughing stock. You know, I know this season we talk about the Real Madrid win, but not even with Arteta. You know, well, partly with him, even in Europa League, you know, you think about Olympiacos, you think about Sporting, you know, you think about Villarreal to good evening in the semi-finals. Obviously, you think about Bayern Munich last season. We should still one of the worst Bayern Munich teams we've seen in years, by the way, with Thomas Tuchel. Didn't win anything, but they still beat us. And obviously, PSG dominated us this year, but not just with Arteta. I've seen it with Wenger as well in Europe. In Europe, ever since we got to the final, we were struggling to make it past last 16. You know, I remember the Milan when they done us 4-0 away from home. I remember the Monaco, bro. Oh, when we had Giroud up front missing about 20 chances in one game. You know, but yeah, they did us at the Emirates as well in that one. And then you think about the Bayern Munich's embarrassment, 5-1s every single season. So I think overall for Arsenal, ever since we made the final, we are a laughing stock in Europe, and it shouldn't be like that. I think it should be to win it, but the other question would be what I just said about Arteta. I don't think he's got it in him to win a Champions League. I really don't. You know, that's a big thing for me. You know, I don't see us winning the next season. We may go on a little run again. Everyone get giddy again because we beat this team or that team. But when it really matters, I don't see this manager getting us on the line and winning the Champions League. And that is unacceptable. We don't want it in the history, bro. And we get laughed at. Every single flipping team now, you know, Chelsea, for example. Yeah, oh, where's your European Cup? Tottenham can say it now. They want the flipping Europa League, people. We're going to get laughed at because the European success is atrocious, man. Yeah, and we need to. And I know we have we've won 2 European trophies, Parma and Anderlecht. But you know, in terms of Champions League, we still got over the line. And is Arteta going to be the guy to do it? He's not. I'm sorry, he's not.
Yeah, no, totally agree, my bro. Absolutely cooking as always. And the reason why I asked that, there is a reason why. Because I think it's pretty unlikely that we're gonna get to. I don't even think we'll get to the semis next year, if I'm being honest. But the reason why I asked that is because surely the excuse is there's nowhere else to hide now. It's been half a decade. You get me? You keep talking about progression. Well, we've done a lot worse this year in the league. We've done better in the cup competition, yes, in the Champions League. But now, surely, as you said, you must then go on and win it. That must be the pressure. because I don't see it. And as soon as the season ended, he was smiling in the press conferences. The media don't ask him the real questions anyway. Like absolutely donuts. That it proper winds me up. So that's the reason why I asked these questions, because surely there is nowhere else for this guy to hide now. There's no more excuses. I mean, what would you say would justify him winning some more time, my bro?
He's got to win. I say, I think it's gonna be major now. Yeah, I think it's got to be major. Last season I would have said, you know what, if you would have won League Cup, Carabao Cup, or FA Cup, then you get another season for me. But now we're in a situation where you've been here for 5 years, man. 5 years you spent. You're gonna most likely spend 900 to 800 million, or even a billion. But by the time January comes as well, as an Arsenal manager, you've been here. This is your own players. There's no more. He's gonna get in Sesko, who he's wanted for time. He's gonna get in Zubimendi, which he's wanted. The other players that he's wanted as well, right? There is absolutely no excuses anymore. So to justify, it's got to be the Premier League or Champions League next season, man. It's as simple as that, really. Because this is where we're at as a football club now. It's time to deliver majors.
Cup double, FA and Carabao.
FA and Carabao. Do you know what? I actually would take that, to be honest. A cup double, and it depends as well, like where we're at in the league as well. I think, because if say like we just struggled to get top 4 that season, I wouldn't be convinced of that. As the teams above us, they're going to improve as well. But a cup double, I would take. I think that justifies another season for him. But if we were looking overall, is he going to win a cup double? Probably not. I mean, let's be honest with you. Go on. Sorry. 100%. No, definitely. But every time he's got into the situation, ever since he last won that FA Cup in his first season, I don't think we've made it past the 4th round in the FA Cup, have we?
We've won 2 games in that whole time, in half a decade.
Bro, who was it? It was Oxford and flipping. Who's the other one, man? Was it Palace as well?
I think so.
Was it Palace or was it Newcastle when Smith Rowe scored in extra time in the 2-0 game? And then next round we got done out by Southampton 1-0. I think it might have been that one.
Yeah.
But the point is, every single time, ever since he's won it, Views, we've not made it past 4th round in the FA Cup. Yeah, like last season was Man United, 10 men Man United. That's shit. Sorry for my language, by the way.
Gosh, don't be silly, bro. It's a safe space over here, bro.
Love, bro. But that shit Man United team, 10 men, we got dunked out by them. Yeah, and then the League Cup as well, right? I remember like the Brightons when we got knocked out in the first round, Liverpool semi-finals, obviously Newcastle last season when we got battered by Newcastle. Like when we get to in these cup competitions, and the excuses be, oh, don't worry because we've got the Premier League to focus on. We've got bigger fish to fry. That's all we hear about him losing the cups. But that's unacceptable, man.
Unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. And I feel like, and this is what I say, Josh, I call it the trifecta of evil. So you got the owners and the management. Owners don't know anything about football. Arteta's just a spastic. I'm sorry to have to say. He's he's anti-football. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we're playing like Stoke in 2025. He's anti-football. You've got the dopamine and the cultists. Yeah, so all the dopamine addicts and the cultists that follow Arteta, and then you've got AFTV who keep spreading the rubbish. Like why are they not coming on AFTV and saying, what do you mean Sesko? We're meant to have an unprecedented summer. What do you mean Sane when Rodrigo's out there? But they're not doing that. They're just saying, hi, welcome to Transfer News Daily, and just money. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's ridiculous, bro. That's why I even started YouTube, because obviously I'm sick and tired of, I use the analogy, it's like being adopted by billionaires, bro, but they're still dressing you in Oxfam and you're still eating Iceland food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the people but you live in a mansion. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All you can do is just look at the mansion. When it's you, Oxfam, hand-me-downs, leftovers, microwave meals, like. But you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, my bro. Absolutely crazy what we're seeing, man. Let me just big up a couple more people in the chat. Let me see if there's anything worth going over there. Nothing much, Godfrey. You big up, man. He said into the box. if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Big up Aaron, man. Kyle Walsh, Gunners links in there as well. Big up Eros, man, doing the good work. I appreciate you, my broski. Hendon Goon are in the building. Good evening, mate. He's saying good evening again. Views on sport, Josh, and all in the chat. Big up, man. Make sure you guys are subscribing to my bro. Show him some love. Into the box, and Aaron having a giggle. Hendo, he's in the building, man. There you go. Good evening. Some dappings going around. That's some dappings. That's what we like to see. Eros saying that's right. Let me just see if there's anything worth mentioning before I move on to my next question. But honestly, man, I woke up this morning, bro. I had a migraine. It's like my body knew that we're gonna have some BS today, bro. And then all I'm seeing is Man United fans gassing over this Gyökeres. I'm saying, huh? Ooh, what? I was slightly hoping that we're gonna get Gyökeres. Firstly, let me ask you about them two, because today we're finding out that Leipzig won 80 million euros for Sesko, whereas Sporting is 70 million euros for Gyökeres. I mean, who are you choosing, bro?
Simple, short answer. Cheaper option, but it's a better player in my opinion in Gyökeres. You know, there's a guy out there who has got over 100 goals in the past 2 seasons. And I know what people will talk about, the Portuguese league and all this. It's not the greatest league, and I do hear that. But number one, man's done it on European stage. He's done it for Coventry, in Championship. Championship's a physical league. It's a tough league. Yeah. And we've seen players come from the Championship and thrive in the Premier League. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, I mean, you got your Sesko, for example. Now, I don't think he's a bad player, right? But 22 years of age, right? This is meant to be, as you said, Views, the unprecedented summer. Yeah, one of Arsenal's biggest summers ever, right? Arsenal going to spend big in the summer, and you're looking at players like Sesko, who's unproven, who's still very, very raw. He may be a good player. He's shown good signs, but we at the stage of a football club now, we need to get players in to take us over the line now. Who is actually confident with Sesko? This guy is going to be the guy to take us to the Premier League title and be that main striker. I'm not convinced of the guy. 13 goals in Bundesliga, and even with the whole league thing as well. I've seen Timo Werner score 25 plus goals for Leipzig. I've seen Nkunku score 20 plus goals for Leipzig. They come to the Premier League and they don't hit the ground running.
And they hit 20 goals. Sorry to just hit your stride. I just want to tell you, Sesko 14 goals not last season, the season before, and 13 goals last season. He got worse. Sorry, carry on.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. And this is what we're relying on. All the strikers out there. There's plenty out there, people. I don't want to hear it. We're Arsenal Football Club. We should have the ambition to go and get, like, if people want to use the argument about Gyökeres, he ain't proven or whatever, this out the other, right? Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. Yeah, but brought in from Man City. He'd be the guy I go and get, bro. Alvarez, put their money down, bring him over to Arsenal. Yeah, the guy's already done it in the Premier League. He's done it in the Premier League. He led Argentina to the World Cup. He led them to the Copa America. Even as a striker this season, under Atleti, he's been one of their main guys, yeah? Put the money down, go and get Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid, right? Absolute top player. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go, as I said, look at more B-Tech options and go for Sesko, who's just unproven. It's like, and like even with Gyökeres as well, people talk about the Portuguese, but no player in that league is putting up the numbers that Gyökeres is doing right now, bro.
Okay. No
player was doing that, people. Right? He's quite clearly too good for that league. Yeah, he's taking liberties of it. It's not like Nunes was getting like 25 goals in Portuguese league, right? In all comps as well. Yeah, this guy is performing week in, week out. I watched his last game against Benfica in the cup, in the Portuguese Cup, right? Losing 1-0, 90th minute. The guy, I noticed he drifts out wide on the win a lot as well. He's on the right hand side, gets the ball, powerful, man. Uses his power, get past 2-3 players, gets brought down, wins them a penalty last minute. That's what we need. We need it in the big moments. That's when it mattered. He took the penalty and he stepped up and he got them equaliser and they went on to win the whole thing. That's what we need at Arsenal. We need players in the big games, yeah, when it really matters to make a difference, to actually turn up, right? Because in the Real Madrid, it took a midfielder, Declan Rice, to score them 2 free kicks, right, to really step up in that one. Yeah. When I look at Arsenal's attack, when I look at an Arsenal striker, I'm looking at Havertz, for example. Yeah, it's all in good having these purple patches against Brentford off the bench and flipping years ago and Chelsea a few years ago. But what about when it really mattered, Kai Havertz, in the FA Cup, against Liverpool, when you ghosted, yeah? against you know, in the Champions League against Porto and Bayern Munich a few years ago when you ghosted. Yeah, we need players who are going to step up. We need players who are going to come in the big games and the season define in these moments to actually step up. And I'm confident that Gyökeres could do that. With Sesko, he may be a good player, but again, he's got a big task, big weight on his shoulders as a younger player to come in now to be that main guy for Arsenal. Because as I said at the start of earlier, we're still not replaced Aubameyang. He left 3 years ago, people. We're still not replaced Aubameyang. Is Set's going to be this guy? I'm not convinced, to be honest with you, bro. I'm in the boat of Gyökeres at the moment, but he could go Man United, and we could have honestly look at the end of the season and be like, with our heads in our hands and say, oh no, why didn't we get Gyökeres? I could just sense that already, bro.
We gotta let it breathe, man. We gotta let it breathe, people, because this is what I'm saying. I'm tired of being embarrassed. We need a statement signing. We need some transfer dopamine. You've served us up absolute garbage the whole season, bro. I don't think we won more than 3 or 4 games in the league, like on the bounce. I don't remember it. We never led the league not one day this season. Do you know what I mean? Man United were top of the league for one day more than we were. And fans want to talk about title challenge. Absolutely disgusting. So I couldn't have put it better myself. There you go. It makes too much sense. You've got Gyökeres, not only and you brought up all the points, done it in the Champions League, done it for Sweden, done it on multiple occasions in the it's the second league title he's won for Sporting, I'm pretty sure. Won the cup or whatever. I'm pretty sure he won the cup. He's just been doing it. And why ain't the other players doing the same thing? Plus, he's cheaper and his age is ready now. But it makes too much sense. I'm convinced, you know, if we told Arteta the sky's blue, he's going to tell you it's red. And this is what I'm tired of. So for me this season, when I look at everything, even though I want the board out and I don't think they're ambitious either, he's been given all the tools and he's just fumbling the bag right now, in my opinion. But yeah, no, that was brilliantly put. Obviously, we're coming up to the bloody 50-minute mark. Usually when I get here, I try and interact a little bit with the chat a little bit. But I'll ask you 1 or 2 more questions, man, because
sure, man.
I mean, as you said, I think that's the big thing in it, trying to make maybe bums on seats like in Wenger's days. Because how much more do you think that? How much more do you think the top gooners or the people that really kind of like make everything positive about this club? How much more do you think that it would take for them to change their minds, bro?
A lot, bro. A lot. I'm honestly, it's even, you know, with this season, because half of these same people were saying this is last season I'm on about. This is time for Arteta's season to deliver. But then you know what happened? Excuses after excuses after excuses. Oh, it's a referees. PGMOL is a conspiracy against Arsenal. It's a conspiracy theory. Oh, the injuries. Oh, this, that, and the other. Like all excuses, excuse after excuses, right? So they'll still find another way. Even I can sense this happening. Even if we go another season without winning anything, yeah, the narrative will be, and even if Arteta gets Sesko, yeah, it'd be like, oh no, but Arteta wanted Isak. Arteta didn't get his dream target. They will always find a way to make up an excuse and to bring something up to protect the manager. I don't understand. He's the most over. I said it earlier, the most over protected manager in world football, bro. You know, this is more Arteta FC than it is Arsenal. I've even seen, I've spoken about on my channel about Henry. What Henry came out and said the other day, spoke absolute truth. Yeah. But there's still half the fans saying Henry knows nothing. And, you know, Henry's jealous of Arteta. Jealous of Arteta for what, bro? Arteta's a loser. Henry's a winner. Henry's one's got a statue outside the Emirates, by the way. Yeah, and people going against him. Crazy, bro. But listen, at the end of the day, man, it's going to take a lot. As I said, I think the way to get Arteta out, because there's talk of Arteta getting that new contract extension. I think last season, Concrete's going to give him midway through a season a new contract extension. Because based on what I mean, they're happy. As I said, we're top 4. They're happy. This is where, you know, they're getting their money in, Champions League money. Let's find Champions League again next season. This is the standard for Arsenal right now. So the way how that changes, I think, is down to the fans, down with what we did with Wenger. Empty seats, boycott the games. Cronkies won't like that, you know, and then that's where things will... Yeah, and the merch, yeah, fact. I look at it, I just think you know, I don't understand the attraction to the manager, because that's what it is. Like, I don't get it. Okay, he was an ex-player for Arsenal, but you know, he's mad. You say one bad thing about the guy, you know, I've even seen, and the thing is, Fuse as well, Arteta does not help himself. Yeah, number one, he's so arrogant as a manager. He needs
Yeah.
to be a bit, and I'm not even doing the whole Haaland thing, but he needs to keep himself a bit more humble. Like, and I'm not even talking about what Haaland said, yeah. But he's so arrogant, and he does not help what he says in press conferences, in post matches. Like, you know, for example, when he blamed the football against Newcastle, right? Oh, the ball, yeah, it didn't stop Isaac dunking on us, so did it? Right. And then you had the PSG. Luis Enrique told me that we were the better team, and then Enrique goes and bodies him in the press conference saying, "No, I never said that." He's pretty much he's lying, right? He don't help himself. I've never really seen, right, this manager come out in a press conference or post match saying, "You know what, I got it wrong today." Yeah, he never has that responsibility. He never shows it. It's always either excuses or it's something else, or he always bigs up like, "Oh, we were the better team," and he comes out with lies, bro. And I know it doesn't help in terms of the questions. I think you said it earlier with like the questions being asked. It's all PR, right?
Yeah.
You need to just, bro. You got a bit. I look at it as a massive. He's got a bit of an ego as a manager as well. It seems like so. Yeah, he doesn't help himself, but the fans, like, I'm hearing, oh, we won the XG trophy again in the Champions League. We had more XG than PSG. Oh, but do you think PSG give a fuck that they lost an XG? They won a treble, mate. They don't care. It's crazy, man.
It's fucking crazy. Hold on, that gets an air horn though. Do you think they give a shit? We got our fans talking about XG trophy. Oh my god, this is the embarrassment that we got to deal with, Josh, man. Cooking, man, just absolutely cooking. Big up Topside Highbury, big up View. Hey, the legend in the building. Big up Shane, man. Big up Views and Chat. 7:30, the Bruised Banana over on Shane's channel. So make sure you guys are around for that. He said in 1992, this is Topside Highbury. We scored 92. Georgie remains my favorite manager. We could go anywhere and get a result. That's what I'm trying to say. People always seem to think, oh, because it was 1-0 to, we were just good at defending. It's not like we didn't have, like, you know, good attacking players. Like, it's ridiculous. It honestly is ridiculous. And to where we were then to how we are now, I don't know if you've seen Stranger Things, my guy. I say we're in the upside down, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's basically where we are. We got 2025. We got CDMs playing up front for us. We got Spurs winning the European major. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, they're about to be in a Super Cup. Like, we can't even use that in the same sentence whenever we talk. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. A couple more comments here. Joseph saying Josh and Views, absolute legend. We all need to see you both mad at a gal, bro. I know if we ever get the opportunity to be on the platform, I don't know. But Shane, here he goes. Look, Arteta has no plan B. He was on with him. I don't know how he kept his cool, to be honest, but big up Shane Gooner, man, every time. Yeah, Godfrey, 14 draws, four losses. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. Man City, with their terrible season this year, still have more wins than us. Still got to a final.
Yeah,
Josh, when you get to a final, this is what I say on my channel as well. When you get to a final, you get a runners-up medal. Yeah, when you finish second in the league, you don't get nothing.
No.
So hold that. You know what I'm saying? Big up Shane Gooner again. He said we lost 1-0 to Everton in the 22-23 season. Dyche, Sean Dyche. Yeah, is it Dyche's first game for them? They played a low block. From that point on, everyone knew how to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolute facts, bro. Big up Shane, man. Legend in the building. He's saying legend Hendo. Big up Hendo. Here he goes again. 14 draws and 28 points dropped. Close to 9 more defeats in addition to the actual 4 losses in the season. This arrow always gets on my nerves. For that alone, Arteta should be sacked. I mean, for me, there's loads of reasons why he should be sacked this year. But there's a good couple there for you. Let me just see what else we got. 21 years of underachieving and counting. I was 20. You know, I was 20 the last time we won the league. So there you go. You know, do your maths. Quick maths. Big up E Rossi, big up Hendon Gooner, big yourself up, my bro. Big up AJ as well with your usual message. I appreciate you. Shane's bigging up Joe. Joe's in the house. I asked this question: if Arteta managed either Palace or Newcastle, would he improve either Mateta or Murphy? Don't think so. What do you think of that, bro?
Nah, I don't think so. I even look in terms of like people can talk about, oh, look how he's done with Lewis Skelly, how he's like. I look at Arteta and the youth players as well, such sort of situation, right? And I look at like someone like Wanyeri, how he's treated someone like Wanyeri as a player, and like for me, even when Odegaard was injured, he was still forcing Trossard to play that position. Wanyeri never got a look in, and I'm sitting there thinking why. And even now, when Wanyeri was playing, right? The end of the day, this guy was getting like, was it Palace, Southampton? No, sorry, Palace, Bournemouth, PSG. 5 minutes off the flipping bench.
I call it microwave minutes, bro.
That's a perfect way to put it, bro. That is a perfect way to put it. Like the treatment of Wanyeri, it only took for Saka to get injured. We had no other option to then finally play Wanyeri. I look at some of the youngsters, and the same with the left back injuries as well. Lewis Skelly, and Skelly's been phenomenal as well. But Jack Wilshere said this, and Jack Wilshere managed Lewis Skelly in the youth academy. Yeah. He said Skelly will not be a left back. He said Skelly's a midfielder. Yeah, so he's not playing his at the moment, but Skelly's doing his thing. Yeah, but I look at how we treated some of the younger players, especially Wanyeri, for example, and giving him 5 minutes off the bench. It's like, has he really, apart from maybe Skelly, has he really developed a proper younger player? Because let's not forget, when we had Emery, he gave Saka his debut. He gave Smith Rowe his debut. He gave Martinelli.
Yeah.
And Martinelli, I think, played as a striker in his first season, and he was balling out. And who's the other one that and Emery brought in Saliba as well, didn't he? So I'm not really seeing Arteta really promote other than Lewis Skelly, and his shimmer of 1 year he's been it's been awful. Let's just keep it real. It's been awful.
Yeah, it has. It really has. And I've been saying that, and Shane knows it. I've been really upset about that. And I said it the moment Saka was getting talked about being fit again or to play some part in the champs. I said, bye, Ethan. And this is what he does. This is what he does. He's got a history of doing it. He's an absolute terrorist, in my opinion. And I think with a better manager this season, we could have actually won something, even with this team. I truly believe that. I really. Big up Topside Highbury said Arteta did his emotion-led groundwork when we got Emery. Then he came back and bamboozled KSE. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's always that, I think of, the grifters in The Simpsons, bro. You know what I'm saying? Always them, you're beaten by the best, because that's what all Arteta's doing now. First, he might have wanted to come in and he might have really believed some of the things he was saying. But when he started getting 15.6 million a year, everything changed, bro. Corporate man. So big up Topside for that one. Big up Shane, 20 likes. Let's get that up, man. Yeah, big up, man. Let's try and get that to 30. I'm gonna need you playback gang to get on that for me, please. Big up Josh every time, or Joseph, sorry. Big up, sorry, AJ. He's bigging up Shane. He also put Josh's link in there. So big up AJ each and every time. Big up, man. Big up, man. Let's get some subscribers over there. Big up the assembled. Evening, everyone. Hope you're well this evening, mate. Ross has got Shane Gooner's link in there. Wicked. Road to 1K. Like I said, Bruce Banana up at 7:30 as well. Big up AJ. I just want to see if there's anything else worth mentioning in the chat. Topside Highbury, subscribe to you, Josh. Big up, man. Big up, man. I need everyone to do that. 26 of you in the house.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man.
Make sure you get over there and show the young man some love, talking some sense. You know what I mean? Not like David Attenborough and some of these other guys. Big up BX. He said we spent like 6 years in Europa. Yeah, this time's been right. This is what I'm trying to say. I know it's a different competition, but we just didn't win. We just didn't
win it.
Yeah, we just don't. This is what we do. Godfrey saying we won Europe, also 2 good ones. What you're talking about, the fairs and the Cup Winners' Cup? I mean, a long time ago, my guy. You know what I mean? A long time. Big up AJ. Bigging up Topside Highbury. Godfrey saying Arsenal will win something next season. You really believe so? I mean, do you believe, Josh?
I don't, mate. I'll be honest. People can say, you should believe, back your team and all that. But at the end of the day, I ask people this: where's the confidence that we're going to win something? Then how are we getting the confidence then that we're actually going to go and win even a Carabao or FA Cup? Because I mentioned the point the other day. Like this manager clearly doesn't take these cup competitions seriously. And when it really matters, we don't perform in the cups. Premier League, we've shown that we can't get over the line, and Champions League again. I said we're not winning Champions League. So far with the window, how and the players that we've been linked with, where's the confidence coming from that we're going to win something next season? I've got none. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you, bro. And especially as you said, especially how we're moving in this bloody transfer window, man, it's filling me with dread. Big up the assembled. He said, question: after Arsenal got to the final of the Champions League, have we ever had another squad that can compete? Guarantee if we had when it mattered, the key players were injured or suspended. Yeah, I know we haven't, and obviously that team kind of got broken up the years after that. So I don't remember ever having a team that has been kind of good enough to compete and get to even this team this season weren't good enough to get to the Champions League final. Obviously, we saw that in the end, but I did dare to dream, but I didn't think that they'd turn up and be so flat as they was against PSG. What was your thoughts on that, my bro? Because I was really angry after the first leg, man. I wanted to fight someone. I just couldn't believe how flat we had turned up.
Yeah. No, you're spot on there. That PSG first leg was a disgrace. The way how we even before that, I mean, sticking that, just even forget about the players. The banner that they produced before the game was disgusting. Champions League semi-final view, yeah, Champions, and you put that out, and then you go to the second leg and look at PSG's banners. They had 4 across the whole stadium. Incredible, man. We didn't Champions League semi-final and they're putting out banners like that. I thought, nah, what are we doing here, man? And then the players go and replicate on the pitch. Yeah, that first 20, 30 minutes was an absolute disgrace. Yeah. They looked scared. Yeah, they were scared of PSG. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, that first 30, especially that 30 minutes, we was getting ripped apart. Yeah, they were, I don't know what, compare that performance to the Real Madrid first leg performance, it was like, nah, we showed them far too much respect, right? We looked scared to do anything. We was getting ripped apart. And then that's what only cost us. The tie for me was in that first leg at the Emirates. That's the game you got to win. You got to get something in that game, bro. Going into that second leg.
Big facts.
Especially against that PSG side, man.
Exactly. And then you got our manager, our cancer of a manager, basically playing the players a full game like 3 days before the semi, whereas PSG's whole team got bloody rested. It's just little things like this, Josh. So I got to say, well, hold on. If the manager was a little bit more competent, then maybe we would have got a little bit more out of the team. So that really just wound me up. Big up Eros, he said, facts, Josh. We are tired of hearing the excuses. Win something or get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Yeah, same. I'm sorry. For me, Arteta should have gone after that second 8th. That's what I'm trying to say, because everyone keeps saying he got us out of the gutter, right? Emery finished 5th. I know by the time Emery got sacked, he was 7th, but the season didn't finish. The 3 seasons after that was 8th, 5th, and then we lost the 5th to Spurs. I mean,
Arteta, exactly.
He shouldn't even have seen 22, 23. I mean, what's
at any other club, bro? At any other club, he would have been gone. He would have been gone. There's no process. This is another thing that we as a club have made these buzzwords. Yeah, the process. Yeah, trust the process. Now we talk about the phases. What phases? What are we doing here? You know, like we are. I'm not. I don't blame rivals and other fans for laughing at us, because we are a laughing stock. Even when we got the dog called Win. How can you get a dog and name it Win, bro? How can you do that? We ain't won nothing in 5 years. We just get mocked and laughed at. Yeah. You might as well name it Bottle or something. Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's what it's come from. Like all the phases, all the processes, everyone gets sucked in.
Yeah.
Any other club, yeah. I'm talking like as I said earlier, the teams that we were competing with, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, right? Inter, for example. Yeah, Inzaghi was going to go either way. He left, but they won nothing in that season. He won the league last season. Yeah, sorry, two years ago before that. Yeah. Look, there's none of that. Look what he did for the club. Xavi, yeah, had a bit. He was humble with it. He actually left Barcelona because he knew he wasn't good enough. And Flick came in and is doing wonders for them. But Xavi won them the La Liga, and even that wasn't enough. You know, any other club with Arteta, these big, he would not last 2 seasons the way how he's been going around it. But at Arsenal, it's all about processes and phases, man.
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's what I'm trying to say about the grifter. This guy's come in, yeah. It's like he studied, like, because they were talking to Arteta before we actually hired Emery. That is a fact. So it's like he studied up. He's leaned into the Arteta thing. He's come with a full plan, a business plan of what he's going to say, how he's going to get the job, all the things he's going to lean into, and people are just falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker, man. Absolutely. Bigger Eros, bigger AJ in the building. 1 trophy from a possible 22 doesn't lie. No, it doesn't. AJ saying, Evos, I fully agree. The second eighth should have got him the sack. Facts, bro. That is just, it's disgusting, to be honest with you. 23 likes. Big up AJ. Let's see if we can get a few more before we get out of here. 23 people watching. Big yourself up. 24 at the moment. Big up E Ross. Lucky to be appointed to begin with. Everyone saying, well, the owners. Yeah, owners board, manager, facts. Big up, man. Big up E Ross, man. Always spitting facts, my bro. AJ saying please like. Joseph wrote in the AFTV chat that Arteta needs to be gone. They skipped my comment at Shane Green. Of course they did, bro. Peppermint Freedom. Big up, man. Hope you've been well. Don't think I've seen you for a couple lives. Hope you've been good, my bro. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you're liking the video and going to subscribe to Josh as well. Question, please, gents, can either of you explain why the Arsenal ladies have higher standards when their manager has had her job months and she won the Champions League? Yeah, I mean, take it away, my bro.
Yeah, listen, 5 months she said, yeah, and she was, you know, she was interim. She wasn't even an official manager. She's an interim. She goes into there, wins us the Champions League, and big up the women, by the way. Yeah, they've done what the men couldn't. They have 2 stars on the Arsenal logo. That's only for the women's team. We ain't got that. It's embarrassing, bro. It's absolutely embarrassing. But big up to the women, because I cover on my channel. I've been doing a lot of women games last season, like WSL and Champions League. And I see something now, views. Yeah, I'm enjoying more of that than I am of the men's team. Yeah, that's how bad it's got. But with all due respect to women's football, man, because women's football's, you know, I'm enjoying it a lot more. It's my first real season of really like getting into it, and I've been loving it, man. And the women play some proper football. They've got some ballers in their team as well, man. And they've got a top manager. Only took her 5 months and Champions League straight away. So big up the Arsenal women, man.
Yeah, standards, guys. I mean, I'm not going to act like I do watch it, you know what I mean? But boy, I mean, I'm going to have to find something else to watch, because this team, if I had any hair left, I'd be pulling it out, bro. Do you know what I mean? This team is absolutely garbage, bro. And the people running our club, I call it, you know, Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar, because it's almost like Sesame Street, bro. It's like, what's going on? I'm hearing about Trossard being given more money but no more time on the contract. You know, just things like that, bro. Sammy Lokonga, you're giving him an extra year, but hold on, yeah, an extra year to try and sell him, Josh, right? But we can't sell him to begin with. Even when we loan him out, they're sending him back. We can't sell him. So why put another year on it? It's just comical, man, at this club. Like you said, absolutely embarrassing. But let me ask you quickly about your channel. Obviously, we just hit over the hour mark. Let me ask you, because you mentioned it a little bit as well, that you're covering some women stuff. So, you know, what kind of content can we find over there, bro?
Yeah, so I do every single day Arsenal content, whether it's men or women's. As I said, I've been doing a lot of women's watch-alongs and you know, reactions. I said I'm really enjoying it, man. Better than the men's, especially last season. But yeah, I do daily Arsenal content. I'm doing obviously transfer season right now, so we're doing a lot of rumors. Like you know what it's like for you. We get linked to about 100 different players. We never signed any of them. Yeah. And you know all the buzzwords. Also monitoring. You know, we're interested in. We're doing the frameworks. Like,
the groundwork.
Just sign the groundwork. Just sign the player, man. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing all this BS, bro. But yeah, obviously, I'm doing every single day, daily transfer streams. Then when the season starts, I do match previews. I get opposition fans on as well when we play against a team to have their say. I do a podcast where I get a bunch of Arsenal fans on, have different opinions. Obviously, I want to get out there and collab with a lot more Arsenal YouTubers as well, doing it, what, you know, like yourself and others who do very similar to us. And yeah, so yeah, every single day I do watch-alongs. I try and go to many games as well. I did a few vlogs last season when I go to games. So yeah, pretty much everything to do with Arsenal, man. All the news, all of that, I have it every single day covered on the channel, bro.
Okay, and close to 11K as well, people. So don't be stingy. Go over there and let's help him hit that target. You know, doing big things. Young man, as he said, goes to the games, covers all the stuff, covers the men and the women's. You get me? I've been in the lives a few times as well. It's decent. So make sure you go over there, show some love. You know what I mean? Big up HTX Gunner saying big up views in the community. Big yourself up, my G. Car wash Gunner each and every time, man. I'm definitely going to have you on soon, my guy. Okay, you like having your little chat. 43 different shades of red, as well as according to Arteta, he's an absolute spastic. I'm sorry, man. The fucking sangria spastic, as Mike's would say. Big up Mike's, GVO Mike's. Dr. Seymour Butts, my bro. Big yourself up, man. He said, I think I need a doctor this summer window already. Making me sick. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Bless up everyone. Smash the lights. Big up, man. Listen, man, it was an absolute pleasure. I wish I could do it a bit longer, but I do have another show coming up at past, and I need to go toilet and all that kind of stuff, man. But it's been a blast, bro. Honestly, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Any last messages you got out there, or anything you got coming up that you think people might want to tune into?
Yeah, firstly, views, thank you so much, man, for having obviously inviting me on the channel today. Hopefully first and many more, I'll get you over to my channel as well. We do some shows together. It's been a pleasure. Fantastic chat, fantastic community as well. So yeah, really appreciate, really enjoyed yeah, and I like the concept you do as well, where you ask them, Arsenal fans or different fans. I've been watching a few of these, you know, you ask them about their journey. I think it's a brilliant idea, brilliant concept, man. So definitely keep it up, man. You're doing your thing, very close to 2K as well. So yeah, definitely we'll get you over to my channel as well. But yeah, as always, I'll just be back doing probably transfer news now from now on until we get to pre-season. So every single day uploads. On transfers, and also I do because I don't know if you know this, I'm like half Italian as well, so I'm doing that. Yeah,
you got some Italian in me. I don't speak it though.
Yeah, man. But so I focus more on the Italian national football team. So I've got another channel where I've started up called the Azzurri Podcast, and I'm going to be doing like a lot of Serie A football. Do you know what it is? Just take my mind away from Arsenal, man. Stress free. And Serie A last season was amazing, bro. Like so competitive, some brilliant players, brilliant managers. So having you on, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, unbelievable, man. No, it's been a really good chat, and like I said, man, I want to kind of highlight, especially you and Alfie being like, I think Alfie was 23. You know, you're a younger fan, and talking sense. It don't have to be old people, young people. It's just, for me, it kind of just seems like the people that accept it and the people that don't. But it's been a brilliant show, man. I really have enjoyed it, and of course, I'll return the favor whenever you need me, bro. But that's been True Gunner, everyone. True Gunner, I should say. Big up Josh. 30 people in the building. Make sure you go over and subscribe to him, hit his link. What I am going to do ever so quickly, guys, is we are going to see who we could maybe send on to before we are back again. 7:30 for the Bruised Banana. Big up Shane Gooner. Big up everyone who's going to be on that. And again, thank you, True Gooner, for showing out. Just looking around, not really seeing nothing live. So I'll tell you what we will do then is we will look to see if we can forward on to the Bruised Banana. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to send you over to the Bruised Banana. Go and leave your early likes. We are going to be there at 7:30. Once again, man, unbelievable, Josh. Thank you for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. Peace up, man. So everyone in the community, sorry if I didn't get to your comments. There was loads coming through, but time is ticking and we must be gone. But we will be back. Bruised Banana back tomorrow with another intervention. Peace, everyone, man. Big up.